Morning, it's Brentley here from Huckabones. We've got another Kubota snowblower here to show you. This is their new series, which they came to in 2024, being an inverted snowblower, or a pull type snowblower they'll call it. And what this actually is there's two styles of inverteds, and this is what they call their hybrid series. So we'll go over this blower, show you how it works out in the field, and also just kind of gives you the pros and cons of what this blower could do for you. So stay tuned. All right, so this is our K74 blower. So again, that's a 74-inch wide. They do have a 64 that is going to look the exact same, just be 10 inches narrower. So depending on what kind of tractor you have in front of it or horsepower, that's going to regulate how wide a blower you go. The other two numbers on this model, so K74-24-07, that is a 24-inch large diameter fan and then 7 inches deep. So that's how they do their models on their snow blowers. So 74-inch wide, 24-inch diameter fan along with 7-inch deep fan, and the INV is of course for inverted. So this is their pulse style. And what you're going to do is you're going to drive through the snow first. So again, a lot of people look at front blowers sometimes. The advantage of front blowers, of course, you are absolutely driving forward to blow the snow and looking forward all the time. The disadvantage would be you have to take your loader off to use those front blowers. So you're putting a quick hitch on the frame, you're running a shaft to the middle of the tractor. Maybe you got to install a mid PTO on the tractor to run the front blower. So there is some more costs involved with putting a blower on the front of a tractor. It just doesn't pin on. With the 3-point hitch on a tractor and the PTO at the back, these just pin on. So you're going to back up to this blower, pin it on your 3-point hitch, hook the PTO shaft up and drive forward blowing. So again, yes, it is on the back. You'll check it at the back, but you're not turned around backing up the whole time with this blower. You are facing forward. Maybe if you've got a cab like this tractor, you know what I mean, you're looking at your mirrors and have them lined up of where your edges are and watching that. But the rule of thumb is typically you want to be 2 to 4 inches on each side of the wheels, you know, overlapping the tractor. So that way when you're driving through the snow and it's pushing some snow out of the way of the tire, then it's still, you know, picking that snow up and blowing it away for your next pass. So you want to have something a little bit wider. So that's why they do a 74-inch blower or a 64-inch blower is great on the, you know, B and LX series tractors. This will start on the larger LX tractors and then move into the L or MXs that you see on this in front of this blower right now that we have. But let's go over the mechanics of the blower, other than driving through the snow first and blowing it away, of how this whole works and the maintenance points. So, all right, so to go over kind of the mechanics and how this works and how you maintenance the blower like this style is, again, you're not going to see the auger like you do on a backup blower. So what they're going to have is this access panel here with flipping these off. You're going to be able to get to your fan one if there's something caught or if you need to clean something out. Well, that's a nice easy way to get at your auger, get at your fan and clean something out. So a neat little system that Kubota's done here to access this. Again, with your auger being all the way back here, again, you've got to lift that blower up physically to even get access to it if you don't have that hatch. So they put these little markers on. Again, a great thing just for visible points of you backing up to a garage door, let's say, and pulling forward, or a fence or something, that you know exactly where your edges are. So little markers are nice. Again, not needed, but just a nice touch. And then the black skid shoes, again, if you're doing gravel versus asphalt or interlock, then you can do your skid shoes. Raises the blower up when you have gravel, not, you know, throwing the gravel all on the lawn and that kind of thing, and making a base pack for your gravel driveways. But also if you have the asphalt, then you can suck them up and cut lower on your cutting edge. The other thing that you can do is your T-bar or your plastic skid shoes and cutting edge on these blowers, and that's just a fine way to do interlock and not mark up, or pavement and not mark up the driveway at all with any edges. So moving up, you're going to have bearing on each end of your auger, and that's a greasable bearing, so that's your maintenance on your auger. Pretty easy and simple. And then you're going to have a flap right here. This is to access your shear bolt. Again, if you hit something with that auger or fan and it shears the bolt, that's going to protect your gearbox on the blower and your PTO gearbox on the tractor. So again, probably a 1/4 inch bolt is all it is, and it's made to shear instead of hurting any aspect of the blower or the tractor. And then your chain's right here. So again, you can grease your chain real easy. Your grease points on your bearings are real easy, and then your shear bolt is just an access panel right there. Moving back or forward, I guess, on this blower would be your drop stand. Again, if you're taking it off the tractor, drop the stand down. It's not falling forward on you when you're taking it off the 3-point hitch. and it's a lot easier to hook back on later. 3-point hitch, there's a couple of hitch points on your bottom of how high your tractor is or how tall your tires are to really allow this blower to get all the way to the bottom and be cleaning properly. So a couple pinpoints there. And other than that, you're going to pick your manual chute, which would have a rod that comes up here to turn and crank if you didn't have a cab tractor. If you have a cab tractor like we have today, a 3560, you're going to plug it into the hydraulic valves on the back, and that's going to turn your chute with a lever or a lever inside the cab. Again, you can do that as well with the hydraulic deflection, or you can do electric over hydraulic deflection, or as it comes standard to your manual, where you're just turning a knob and releasing that up and down to make your chute dispense where you need to for how windy it is or where you want to select that snow to go. So simple as that. It really made it nice and easy to maintain and to access if you do have some issues or something jammed. And now we're going to take it out to the snow and try it out. All right, just to wrap up today's video, hope you liked the test trials that we did out in the field, along with going over how the blower is made and the features of this. Again, this is a hybrid inverted. So a regular inverted, what it would have is the auger would be more forward and you don't have that access panel, along with a back blade to do your scraping. So again, what you're gonna do is you're gonna back up, you're gonna scrape a little bit forward, you're gonna lift your blower, you're gonna back up again, and then you're gonna scrape forward with your traditional inverted. So a lot of back and forth and leaving, you know, snow behind, because again, the blade's only 6 inches tall usually. So with a hybrid, with the auger being right at the back, you're gonna get right back to that door, right back to the, you know what I mean, wherever you wanna get to, and then pull forward. And this leaves a lot cleaner path, a lot cleaner at the end whenever you're picking up. And especially compared to a backup blower, where you're always pushing the snow backwards as you go, it's really throwing that snow away from the blower sometimes instead of pulling it in. With this inverted blower, when you're driving forward, you're pushing it into that auger all the time, and it's got nowhere to go other than out the chute. So it really does leave a clean job when you finish, and that kind of thing. Again, the maintenance points, real simple and easy of greasing and lubing a chain and shear bolts. Nice access from Kubota, along with that, I'll call it the flap on the back chute to access your chute if you really need to. Get something lodged or jammed in there that maybe got sucked in that you didn't see and you drove over. So again, one of the advantages of driving forward, again, is on the body itself. The negative is these are a little bit more expensive than a backup blower, but you know, a lot less expensive than a front blower on a tractor. So they're kind of in the middle of blower costs and that, so you just have to justify that. And again, you have to remember that you're blowing beside you on either side. You're never going to push a pile back that you push with your bucket or drive, you know, you got to drive through the snow first. So you've always got to think of, okay, if I'm using a pull type blower, I got to blow it on the left or right side of my tractor, and it's not going to be, you know, keep pushing it back or forward with a front blower. So something to think about. If you did like today's video, click the like button below, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments.